Unicorn Tears Gin Liqueur.
All right, representing Unicorn Tears Gin Liqueur, CEO and Managing Director, Christian Bromley. Come on out on stage, Christian.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello, guys. Hello, thanks for having us. So it's very nice to be here, very proud to be here. I'll go straight in to tell you what we are talking about today, which is Unicorn Tears Gin Liqueur. This is made from the real tears of humanely raised unicorns. We use our secret, well, semi-secret, immersion harvesting technology in a guarded location to add their wonderful mythical tears to this juniper-forward premium gin. It's got 10 botanicals in it, thanks to the diet we feed our fabled beasts on. It's rich in orange and lemon peel, it's got coriander, it's got nutmeg, and it's got a little bit of licorice in there as well, and cassia. So the exciting thing for us is that once you kind of mix this drink with the unicorn's tears, you get this unbelievable effect. If you could shake to awaken it, I don't know if you can see that there, or you can see, it's got this unbelievable shine and shimmer like a pearlescent pigment. And that's like looking into the cosmos. You can see that. Being into Las Vegas, obviously it's a jet lag as well, which is not very helpful. You be careful looking too deeply into that wonderful kind of pearlescent pigment because you might lose your mind. We launched in the UK a couple of years ago. This is actually batch 2 of our product. The original one had a little bit kind of bigger pieces in, like a Goldschlager. But this one, thanks to our kind of refining of our technology and the way that we treat our lovely beasts, we've now got this kind of much kind of smaller but lovely coloured pigment in there. So we've launched in the UK, we're not in the US at all. This is our first kind of foray into the United States. We've launched in the UK, we're in through our own site, and also we're in 3 kind of premium retailers, which may not mean too much to you guys, but from John Lewis and Selfridges and Harvey Nichols. It's a premium price point. And we've been doing great there. We've had a lot of US coverage, but at the moment, obviously, we can't kind of facilitate that, thanks to us being in the UK. In terms of how you drink it, it's very, very versatile. It's a sweet gin because it's got that little bit of added sugar to there, but it is a full-strength, 80-proof, 40% gin in the back. So it does very smooth and obviously a sweet start, and obviously if you can taste it in the muddled with a bit of mint on the rocks. It's very sippable because of the kind of unbelievable effects that you get from the product. It's a really brilliant piece of theatre or experience in terms of mixing it into cocktails. It goes brilliant in a Cosmopolicorn, which is our signature serve, or it goes really, really well in a gin garden or in a gin and tonic actually as well. It's probably better with a European tonic as it's a bit not quite as sweet as an American tonic. So it's also sippable. As I say, it's a real experience drink. It's something that's a bit more of a concept really, obviously, than it is a kind of treading the same potential stories that a lot of the guys here are kind of perhaps talking to the same customer in the same way. And some of the brands are absolutely brilliant, but that kind of backstory of heritage and small batch and family recipes and that kind of thing is brilliant, but it's not necessarily something we think is right for us, or it's a position that we feel there's any room in, really. So the customer that is buying this from us, it's been predominantly, I don't want to use the M word too much, but that millennial female customer. 95% of it is young ladies buying this drink. The reaction it gets on social, it's its own word of mouth. It's also had a strobe effect there. That's just an uplighter. That's just for a bit of theatre. And yes, and that is so launching into word of mouth has basically been everything for us so far. People are tagging in their friends saying, "I can't believe this exists. We need it for our next party. We need it for our next kind of night out." Everybody's sharing it. It's massively Instagrammable. Obviously, the kind of the effect of the drink as well is completely shareable. And so we've been really, that's how we've built the brand, particularly in the UK. We do our own PR in-house as well, so we've got lots of kind of decent contacts. But clearly, the United States is a completely different mythical beast. So we need to kind of figure out how that would work over here. I would expect, or I hope that our USPs are pretty clear to kind of see. It's a concept drink, it's an experience, it's very, very shareable, it's highly kind of viral in its nature. It's actually a really, the shaking of the drink as well. So these are our we've not got long left, but these are our launched as miniatures originally. This is our black version. It's kind of a bit of cognitive dissonance as you drink that. You can't quite believe it's the same drink, but it's got a kind of black version. We might launch that as a blackberry. And our pink version, which is the raspberry gin liqueur, which has been a fantastic seller for us as well. This is just launched this year, so this is completely new to market, really, especially for the US, obviously. So yeah, it's an experience. It's not here. It's a concept drink. It's not here to kind of say the same story as a lot of the heritage routes. We are here to try and find like-minded audiences wherever they may be. We think it's got a lot of exciting opportunities from on and off premise in the way that you can build a brand narrative around it. People ask us for the t-shirts because it's a brand. It's not really about a drink necessarily all the time, and I'm out of time, so. Yes, that's where we are right now, trying to break America.
Thanks so much. We appreciate that. Let's hear it for Christian. Actually, before I hand it off to the judges, I know we all really want to know. I have a question. Are they free-range unicorns?
The clear is free-range. They're battery farmed.
Okay, good.
So
Thank you so much.
that's quite horrible, intensive farming.
Yeah, see the package again?
Course, yes.
First of all, I really do like the package. There's a couple challenges I think you're going to have. There's a couple sad things on here, tears. So I don't like to think about something sad when I'm drinking, even though they're from farm-raised unicorns.
They're humanely raised. It's a lot of emotional
It was
abuse.
on the other bottle, the one on the corner, no, down front.
Yes.
I think so. There it is. I see the shtick in it, but UK chief medical officers recommend adults do not regularly exceed X amount of units a day, women X amount of units a day, centaurs. I see it's cute, but I don't want to be warned by anybody not to drink something. And the third thing I've got is I'm not crazy about having stuff in my drink.
Okay.
That's just me. But the strobe light was pretty cool. It's got a little bit on the bottom.
Who's your target audience? Like, who are you trying to reach with this?
It's the people who've embraced it are already. I mean, we're from a company, so the company that we are is called Firebox. We're an online gift retailer in the UK. We've just started creating our own
But
alcohol.
who's drinking? Like,
It's young women sharing it together, yeah. So it's a very, very female drink. So gin generally is a little
what's
bit more
the age?
female.
Like, what's the age?
It's from early 20s up to kind of late 30s, and
Okay.
they're very good for kind of
So
hen nights.
again, with a liqueur versus just the spirit itself,
Yes.
so many of the liqueurs that have really made it on the market today are the base of great cocktails that the bartenders come up with. And this on its own is fine, but I think the challenge is getting it on the cocktail list, piggybacking on some of the other brands.
Right. I mean, to swing back towards that, the question, obviously, it's a UK label. We have to put the chief medical officer thing from a UK perspective. Wouldn't necessarily have to.
But at the bottom, you list centaurs.
Yeah,
have
that's
consumption
obviously
level, too.
that's a
So
little
does the
Easter
UK
egg.
require, did you
No,
have a
there's
centaur
not.
limit? Okay.
Yeah, the centaurs are actually very light drinkers.
I would think they'd be more robust than the men or the women.
We obviously, that's like a little Easter egg part of the story. I'm very sorry, I was going to come back to it. Yeah, as it is, it's clearly, it is an experience, it's a concept drink on its own. It must be, whether they're going to get mixologists to pick it from another gin or anything like that, it's a full strength gin as well, so it's already got a sweet edge at the start, but it has got that kind of
Well,
power as
what
it
I'm
comes
talking
through.
about is maybe even some of the popular bitter companies, kind of combine with them, or some of the additive, even doing a shrub or something that's already kind of branded.
Well, yeah, and it kind of begs the question, I bet maybe the judges, is this a category or something you've run into before, gin liqueur? Talk to us a little bit about that maybe. Is that something?
Well, I whispered in ears. I understand what liqueur is. I've never seen the gin liqueur and as a category. And however, what I love about it, I'm starting to feel how I feel about tequila and vodka towards gin. Thousands of micro distilleries opening up. They all are making gins. We're getting buried in gins. What I love about this is, at least it's different.
Yeah.
It's a liqueur. It's something different. So if I can get it on the cocktail list, at least I'm not competing with 82 different gins.
Yeah.
It is a unique selling proposition. I like the packaging.
Thank you.
And at least it's different.
And
It's
a lot
to
of
give the
gins-
price for that.
And a lot of gins take themselves really seriously.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right? This is just fun.
Yeah.
I mean, you're being very esoteric, or not esoteric, I'm very tongue in cheek.
Yeah.
And it's great. You know, I kind of agree with some of the thoughts, you know, provoke actually kind of sadness. Tears.
What made him cry? I mean, really,
what made
cry?
the unicorn cry?
Right.
Well, the unicorns are often as a barometer for the whale's happiness. So it could be, depending on where the harvesting takes place, it could be a seasonal event that could make it a bit sadder than normal. But I think it's absolutely, it's not trying to play in the same areas. The gins, although it is a really nice drink, so it's not as if it's all about the concept and it doesn't back it up. It is actually a really nice, sweet.
What's the retail price?
In the UK, we're selling this and selling it well at £40. So
And how many cases have you sold?
55.
65.
Sorry,
my
50,
question
55 would
becomes
it be?
$65?
Probably 55, I guess. Or
Okay,
something like
55. My question become then, you know, it's a $55 purchase, it's an impulse purchase, it's a liqueur, it's a brand new category, and then I look at this one product, and I'm thinking to myself, okay, 55 bucks, what is black gin liqueur?
Well, it's the same actually as this liqueur, but obviously with a kind of, it was
Is it
actually
a different
launched.
flavor?
We may launch it as a blackberry liqueur, the same way the raspberry's got a.
I think you have to, if you're gonna do something like this, I think you got to give the consumer a little more information.
I think marketing
Or buying-
is definite in this. You really have to spread the gospel on this.
Absolutely. I mean, it's been doing its own marketing basically through the kind of guys sharing it. It's massively Instagrammable and social, and people tagging their friends in. And it's actually highly giftable as well. So we've done the miniatures, which I thought were on the stage. But the miniatures, the kind of handbag miniatures, have been unbelievably successful for us. And that's why we've done the full-size versions off the back of those, because they were.
And you're selling it for £40 for a 500 milliliter.
Correct, yes. So we know that obviously into the US it's likely to be $7.50.
Where are you having the most success on premise? Like what category?
Well, it actually sits in the gin category, but obviously, because it is a full-strength gin, it's not a 20% liqueur. It is actually really sitting amongst gins, and actually, really, the liqueur element is not necessary for us to actually. It is something that we launched with it at the first time, and then we just carried on that part of the story.
Got it.
All right, well, thank you so much, Christian. What do you think?
Thank you very much. James.
Judges, thank you. Great.